Greetings! I'm Reverend John O'Toole, back for another episode. I think we are on number 37. It has been a few weeks since the last show. I'm not actually sure when. Now, everybody knows that there's been some things going on in the news, in the worldwide news. And in a particular Middle Eastern country, and you all know what I'm talking about. And it's been very disturbing. It's actually been difficult for me to do a reading because I really haven't been in a very good mood. And it's just, loss of life is something that we live with. You are going to die. As soon as you're born, sooner or later you're going to die. I mean, that's part of the human condition until we change that. Perhaps in another few hundred years, it'll be rare for people to pass. And of course, there'll have to be, probably restrictions on birth, I imagine. But, wasn't that what China did many years ago? They restricted people down to the one child per family thing. Only now they want them to start having children again, and the women, they're not too keen on that because they kind of like the idea of having a career. But at any rate, our society fluctuates according to the needs to some extent. But this stuff going on over there is just horrific, and if it doesn't show up in the cards, I'm going to be really surprised. But hopefully I will be able to shield away from some of that stuff, even if it's just for now. Things have been going well in my life, fairly well lately. I've been fairly happy, family's happy, and I've been creating videos of a lot of my experiences when I've traveled around the world. They're going to be on YouTube, and I'll be giving them to CTSB, so keep an eye out for them. One place or another. And let's not do 32 pickup or 50 something pickup. 55. So I'm using Brian Fraud's Fairy Oracle. And it was out of print for a while, but you could find it on Amazon, or you might find it at your local bookstore, or they could probably order it for you. You could go to a metaphysical bookstore or New Age. They probably don't call themselves metaphysical. And you could check out their tarot cards, and you could try to see which one resonates with you. If you like these cards, great. Now the Oracle is a package. It gives you the book and the cards. But you can't get just the cards, you can get just the book. That's kind of up to you. And make sure we're recording everywhere. Dot, red dot, red dot, red dot. Editor, please edit out the red dot, red dot. And I also have a cheat sheet that I made up. I go through the book and I make settings, and I have a cheat sheet to the energy, how the energy resonates with me from the card, so that when I'm doing a reading for you or someone else, that it can help me zero in on the energy faster. And not only that, it helps you zero in on the energy. Because if I jumped right to the actual energy, you wouldn't be able to follow the footsteps. So we are going to pick out some cards. I'm going to think we're going to, I've been talking for 20 minutes already. The show's almost over. Oh no, it's the other way around. It's cutting down, so 10 minutes. So, let's pull 5 cards. We'll see where we are. I'm going for this one on the top, just for the fun of it. And then we're going to go for this one. And this one. And maybe this one. And I think that one. That's 5 cards. How's that? What do you think? And of course, if you've been watching my show, I always tell you to draw your fairy. Put them up on the kitchen, on the refrigerator or the kitchen. You may not want to use your card that comes with the deck. You could probably use a piece of paper or something. Use some crayons or some magic marker, something with color. Make it all look real zappy. And someday I will pull out mine on the deck that vanishes more often than you would think. I think I had it in a drawer, and then it's not in that drawer. I go to find it. Another day I'm in that drawer, and there it is. It's a very interesting thing. So, let's start with this one. Hey, the poet. Don't we just love poets? An interesting card. There we go. There we go. Number 29, Teom the Post, not poet. Well, it looks like poet to me, but I guess it's post. I'm going to have to look that up. Clear sight, poetry, erotic energy, laughter, not getting into any serious mischief. Must be poet. But this one was in reverse. Meaning it was upside down to you. Confused about the truth and speaking up when you are not. Well, how many are not speaking up enough about what's going on in the Middle East right now? I know I have been very vocal on Facebook, and I have been hammered for it. Hammered. People have been saying the most awful things to me. And I wonder where they're at now when they see where things are going. You know, when 2 weeks ago he believed what they were saying. Let's try the middle one. Another reverse card. Number 15, the Juryman. Number 15. Interesting guy. Who was in reverse. too. Which is kind of interesting, to say the least. I've actually been procrastinating doing a reading for a while. Just trying to find the right energy. The Juryman. Adventure, independence, polishing of skills, and traveling. But this one was in reverse also. Unable to move forward. Inappropriate this time. Fear of holding you back. Wow. That is interesting indeed. Fear of holding you back. We are kind of in a wait and see mode. If you're in a position that you can actually take physical action. But most of us have to wait and see where it pans out. A few more days is going to be very unfortunate. How about this one? I think we're going to do 6 cards. Number 27. And this one's a vertical card. Very interesting. Nels the Alchemist. Nels the Alchemist. Inner transformation, irreparable change. If it was in reverse, it was you may be getting into Nell's way of doing her work. But the inner transformation, irreparable changes, is that we're here for a reason. So many of us made choices. You know, some people didn't like the Orange Man and his tweets, so they voted against him just because of that. Or they were born a Democrat, always a Democrat, will die a Democrat, and will always vote for a Democrat, regardless of how senile that person is, regardless of the fact that doesn't know anything about foreign policy. Regardless of that, the fact that it hasn't accomplished anything, and you know, I don't want to talk about politics so much, but if we had another 4 years of the Orange Man, we would never have experienced this dark side of the light. So it's almost purposeful that we go through what we're going through now. Unfortunately, too many lives will be lost. Did we learn anything about 9/11? It's coming up, the anniversary. Did we learn anything from that? I don't know. Some of us may have. But here we are, we're basically in the same position again. But we see it coming. That one was a surprise. But we see this one coming. And it's very, very unfortunate. What will it take for you to change your life for the greater good? Both in your life and in other people's lives. What will it take? Hurricane this weekend. A lot of people didn't leave when they were told to leave. A lot of times you get a hurricane warning and they, it's not as bad as it is, so they don't evacuate. Well, now a lot of people wish they evacuated. So, what does it take to change the world for the good? A lot of people suffering in the world. A lot of people suffering in this country, and a lot of people suffering around the world. What will it take to make changes to accomplish peaceful enough for all? You see it on the end of my video, peace for enough for all. So, what would it take to create that manifestation? Spirit dancer. In fact, I was talking with a lady, and this was the card I was thinking about. And this card was in reverse. I remind myself that before I forget, huh? Because I easily forget. 36. Spirit dancer. Self-expression, freedom, and exploration. But this is in reverse. Self-absorbed and obsessed. Self-absorbed and obsessed. There's so many people, they spend so much time. My kids come over and you can't get their head out of their phone. Sometimes they're doing business stuff. Other times they're just texting and, reading tweets, and you see it everywhere you go. You go sit someplace on a park bench, listening to some music, and half of them are looking at their phones. Enjoy what's around you. I sit out on my back porch in my yard, nothing but green. The only thing I bring out there with me is my camera. So maybe I get a picture of something interesting. Like I was there like this, just staring out. Even I had my eyes closed. I saw something that shadowed my eye. I look over and there's a butterfly on the railing, and I quick got pictures of it. Took 4 pictures and 2 of them came out good. That's the only thing I go out on the back porch with, is my camera. And if I have my phone with me, but it's not a smartphone and it's not a computer. So I just go out there and I enjoy life and nature. At a concert, what are you doing looking at your phone for? We're supposed to be enjoying that atmosphere. Self-absorbed. Start looking around you. Pay attention to what's happening around you. Enjoy the moment. I think we're going to be getting to pull another card. I think. Number 63. Indie. Not that indie. Indie. Indecision, wishy-washy, commitment, decision-making. But this card was in reverse also. Hesitate while you question. Make an informed decision when you have all the correct information. Don't react to things. Respond. take the time to study the situation and then respond. Now, if you're in a someplace and the sky opens up and it starts thunder and lightning and windy and rainy, don't sit there and say, I gotta take a grasp of the situation before I do anything. Take cover. But you know what I'm talking about. Particularly with world events or current events, the news and all that stuff. Listen to a lot of opinions before you decide on whose might be more aligned to your belief than not. Or informing you about your belief is a little off canter. Easily happens. I get corrected all the time. And I don't mind. I rather find people's opinions rather interesting if I look at them with an open mind. And so can you. So we're going to pull one more card because I think we have time for it. So, let's see. Do-de-do-de-do-de-do-de-do. Do-de-do-de-do-de-do-de-do. I'm going to turn the deck over just because I want to. Do-de-do-de-do-de-do-de-do. I'm going for this one that's hiding. Singer card. What would be a reading without a singer card? This card is number 2 and it's in reverse. And remember what I say about the singer cards? That I think that there are chakras. Your chakra system. But this one was in reverse. Like so. And actually if you look at it like that, you see the root chakra on the bottom in your 2 legs there and the top going up, which is different. Of course, if it was a vertical card, it'd be like this. Number 2. Sorry, I'm having a senior moment. Stasis. Ecstasy, joy, laughter, and motivation. The reverse is sorrow and grieving, which is people from around the world, not just the United States, are grieving these 13 soldiers that passed away unnecessarily. Is there any reason for people to pass away in a violent nature as a soldier? Not really, but it shouldn't have happened. But then again, what's it going to take for you to be motivated to make a change? We might even have time for another card. What do you think? If I pull another card, can I squeeze it all in? My 28 minutes? Might have to cut out some of the foolishness. Oops. It wouldn't be good to look at the cards as I'm trying to pick them out. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. I know what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 for the soldiers that passed away. Fairies of the future. Fairies of the future. Number 33 or 35, one of the two. Old English. 33. Be here and now, guidance and moving forward. I believe this one was in reverse. Be here and now, guidance moving forward. Reverse is, are you certain you are going in the direction you are going? Pause and reconsider. If you've lost where you're going, go back to the beginning and start over. And from that, the fairies speaking for you. Use your throat chakra to speak out about what's going on in the world in a way that people won't be offended. Don't go out and throw a brick through the wall and say, I demand, justice. Use fine ways of do it peacefully and with great intelligence. Until next time, the fairies speaking for you and you and you and you and you.